The name Quint Studer is well known around the Gulf Coast area. Him and his wife Rishi have donated millions through philanthropy and investing in the downtown Pensacola area.
The former hospital executive has been recognized around the country for his leadership and his accomplishments, and he's even one of the owners of the Blue Wahoo.
Now on the outside, Quint Studer looks like he has it all together. He has the perfect family, he's been successful, and he's always doing things to help the community.
But things haven't always been that way for Quint, and he was kind enough to share his own personal story of hope with us.
It was December 25th, 1982. I woke up in the morning. I was divorced. I had my children Christmas Eve, but I wasn't, to me, a very good father. And I dropped them off at their mom's house, and I came home. Just was sad. Didn't have anywhere to go. And here, if you have asked me the day before, I thought I had all these friends. I was depressed, and I had a moment of clarity, sort of like a spiritual experience. I looked at myself and said, things aren't going well. Things aren't right. My first thought was to hurt myself. Doing self-destructive behavior isn't going to make the situation better, and you don't punish somebody else by hurting yourself. So I went to a minister, and I told him where I was at. And I sort of told him I wanted this relationship back. I wanted this. And he said, well, on a 1 through 10, where are you right now? And I said, well, I'm a 1 or a 2, 10 being happy, 1 being miserable. And then he said, well, where's these other people you want to be with? And I said, well, they're probably 6s and 7s. And he said, well, 6s and 7s aren't going to be with a 2. So he basically said, you need to get yourself right first, which meant therapy, meant support groups. It meant going through some pain, because I had tried to push pain away by using substances. And then once you quit using the substances, you still got to deal with the pain. So what he gave me was hope. And he told me and taught me it's an inside job, that I need to work on the inside. And sometimes working on the inside means we have a spiritual connection to God, but we block it. And the light's inside, but we block it if we're angry, resentful, hurtful, lustful. That gets in the way of our light. I spent life thinking I needed to get things, when really I found out the answer to life is getting rid of things. It's getting rid of things and blockages that keeps us from really aligning our life with God's life.
Struggling with depression and looking for happiness in things around us like alcohol, popularity, sex, drugs, or even trying to be perfect and follow the rules is something many of us struggle with on a daily basis.
Depression is a serious issue. So if you ever find yourself going through it, if you ever find yourself feeling depressed, I hope you reach out to one of your parents or to an adult who loves you, like us, so they can help walk you through it like the minister did for Quint.
Now you're going to talk a little bit more about that in your small groups, but for right now, let's talk about the word hope. Like lots of people in the Bible, Quint had to choose hope even when he couldn't see how things could get better.
Unlike optimism, which is that things are going to always get better, the biblical understanding of hope is that we have hope regardless of what's going on around us. It's relying on God. A lot of people in the Bible faced difficult situations they couldn't see getting better, but they still chose to hope anyways.
In the original Greek language of the Bible, the word for hope is elpis, which means a joyful, confident expectation. It's very similar to the word faith. In fact, a lot of times the Greek word for hope, elpis, is translated as faith in English because the two words are so strongly related.
So where does this confident hope or faith come from? It comes from knowing that God is good and God is faithful, and that God is always with us. That God will provide what we need, even though it's not always what we want. Our hope comes from putting our trust in God, for He is the only stable and reliable place. So get with your small groups and answer these following questions.